across then to RP Singh as well. But Onika Mehrotra, I also want to understand, this is, at a time when, yes, we want to celebrate democracy and the opposition should be raising issues and should be criticizing on policies and decisions of the government, but the basics should at least be taken into account, which is at least you create a controversy where the facts are in your favor. The reason that I started the show by putting out what just happened just in the last 6 to 7 days, as far as the unparliamentary list was concerned, that was a no controversy. It's a list that comes out every single year. Then the next day we saw a lot of hangama over, the government is not allowing us for dharnas and strike. Again, a circular that comes out every single year. And now, unfortunately, the armed forces are also being dragged into it. Don't you think this becomes very embarrassing for the opposition at large? When you have larger dreams as far as a united opposition for 2024 is concerned, how do you plan to take on the BJP if even basic facts are not being checked today?
Ridhima, I agree on that. The Aam Aadmi has jumped the gun for not doing fact-checking. But they could have phrased in a different manner. We are a worried lot, the entire country, in a progressive democracy like ours. The kind of hate speeches and things which are going on, it's a worrying factor. So as pointed out by others, the Agniveer and Agnipath or whatever scheme they've come up with rectification and clarification, immediately once the scheme was floated, there were 3 to 4 rectifications. So the government has no vision on that. Yes, you're right. Putting up anything on social media and getting away with it, it's not justified. It definitely demeans the army, which should not be done. But having said that, after 2014, you have seen the kind of the turmoil the country is going through. So the point here is that the government should also be sensitive. And if there hasn't been change since 2013, because there was a PIL against this, why the caste and religion, and the answer was given by the Supreme Court that this is for administrative purpose, and the religion is to, as you rightly said, to just in case somebody
dies in the line of duty.
Yeah. So fair enough. But does that not allow you to think that is it relevant in today's time? But that is a bigger, larger picture. Yes, the army and the people should not be drawn into it, but the nation has the right to ask. So the BJP should not really get...
but ask when there is actually something worth asking, or if there is actually some sort of discrepancy. When there is none, why do you need this? And the last thing the armed forces need is some sort of misleading claims, because we all saw the kind of protests that took place. And RP Singh, this is where I want to bring you in. This is the larger worry, that false claims like these can actually trigger a lot of misleading information into the youth, which actually wants to go forward and join the armed forces. And this is what I said when I started the show. Despite all the politics, it's still seen record recruitment as far as the Agnipath scheme is concerned.
Ridhima, can I start with a Punjabi proverb?
Please go ahead, sir.
It says, "Aata gundi hildi kyun hai?" It says, "Aata gundi hildi kyun hai?" शेर के दांत लंबे हैं, ये आपने कुछ चीजें बंद कर दी. These expressions are not allowed, although nothing has been closed. Oh, you can't demonstrate in the parliament. There was demonstration happening today itself. So whatever there was happening earlier, the same has been repeated. Nothing new has happened. Even in this, what was there in this earlier recruitment process, the same recruitment process has been followed. Nothing has been changed. But yes, we have to create issue out of non-issue. But in this part, earlier it was all political issues, but this time they have dragged army into it. That's the sad part. And I appreciate Atishi when she says that even if it's her member, her party member, he should not have done it so. And I request Sanjay Singh to write tomorrow. He can come and say that I was not well informed about the subject, so I'm withdrawing it back. There's nothing wrong in it. But the sad part is, it's not the first time Mr. Kejriwal has raised question on the surgical strike. He said, give us proof on surgical strikes. So that's the problem. So when you keep raising questions on army, the valor of army, the processes of army, that's the problem. And then Atishi, whether this Agniveer or whether the normal recruitment which used to happen or other recruitment which will happen in coming times, the process will stay the same. And this process has been followed since ages, before the independence and even after independence. And in September 2021, someone has gone to the court. September 2013, someone has gone to the court. And then it was clearly mentioned that it is for operational objectives. It's nothing to do with the people coming to the army are on caste base. Someone has gone further on it now. One of the from the opposition, they said no, people who will be chucked out of the army, RSS will decide, and then it will be 75%. All those from the lower caste and upper caste will be kept in the army. I mean, it's so sad that you are trying to demean or trying to drag army into such levels.
Yeah,
I mean,
actually that really is the unfortunate part. That's why I said, and while I agree with you that I appreciate Atishi today taking a stand and saying that whether it's her party or any other party, if a wrong comment has been made, that is not okay. But the only larger issue is, which is actually making everybody sad today, is that our armed forces are being dragged into this time and again. And Major General Yash, I want to bring you back in. The worry today is, as I said, in a democracy, the opposition should be raising issues. But shouldn't the opposition also realize that the armed forces needs to be above politics, because this is matters of national security? When you have a new scheme in place, there could be issues, and a lot of these false claims could mislead the youth who would actually want to end up joining the armed forces. Major General?
Irrespective of everybody respects the army, there is absolutely no doubt, and we draw a lot of inspiration from the love and affection we get from our people across the country. But schemes like this, couldn't they be discussed in a defense parliamentary committee, or before they come out in the open? I'm sure you could have had more deliberations on the pitfalls of this scheme or the things that we are seeing now. We are seeing this because there appears to be lack of communication, even among the leadership, political leadership from various sections of the society. So a scheme like this, now we are saying all India, all class, then there is a moot question. If you are going to recruit all India, all class, what is going to change? How the nature of the regiments, especially infantry, mechanized infantry regiment, which are based on caste or religion basis, what is going to happen to them? How many years it will change for them to change their recruiting pattern? So I belong to all India, all class. I belong to Brigade of the Guards, totally all India, all class. We don't recruit based on caste or religion, and we are one of the finest regiments of the Indian Army. So I am very happy if we recruit all India, all class. But maybe then why should we ask caste? Can we stop this now? Can we take a lesson from this and stop asking caste? Even religion, kyun puch rahe ho religion? After you recruit them, then ask them the religion. You're from which religion? Why should you ask them when they're in the process of recruitment? So that will be a very good thing if children can come without any baggage of caste, creed, religion or area, and let's get the best 40,000-50,000 that we want, and let's get them from all across the country. That would be the best thing. And I'll be very happy to see that happen.
Okay. Atishi, I want to bring you back in. Two things that I want to understand from you. This controversy